Welcome everyone to another video in our Healthy Habit series. Today we're going to talk about a couple of things that are very important to us as women. The first one is our bodies. And we sometimes think about our bodies and we just cringe. We don't even want to look in the mirror. It's just sometimes it's really difficult. This is something I want you to think about because it was an eye-opener for me and it just made a ton of sense. We've been talking about endocrine disruptors and what they can do to our bodies. They affect our thyroid, and that affects, when our thyroid's affected, that affects our energy. It affects our insulin and sugar balancing levels and our ability to manage our weight properly. And so some of these endocrine disruptors are called obesogenic compounds. And these compounds are not only causing us to produce more fat cells, but they are also causing our fat cells that we already have to get fatter. And so when we're struggling with weight, especially, we women that are older, obesity affects people of all ages, all different groups of people, but it seems to be me as a health and wellness coach that more people come to talk to me that are my age and older and not the younger ones. More women that are my age and older. And so I wanted to share with you a quick story. The other day I had a lady come drive to my house and say, "You've got to help me. I can't lose weight. I have tried everything I know to do. I'm eating a certain way," which was a low carb, high fat diet, which I highly recommend as a lifestyle and not as a diet. And she says, I'm doing that and I'm just still having a hard time getting this weight off. And then she dropped the bomb and said, "I'm having thyroid issues as well." And so it was just like, boom, big time stuff. So I made the connection there. So nowadays, when we talk about losing weight, we need to be thinking about what we're putting on our bodies, what we're putting in our bodies. Those things could be more of a problem than what foods we're eating, other than if we're eating a lot of junk food and processed food. And that's where foods that have been exposed to chemicals like your pesticide and herbicides and other junk, that's where they're going to be, is in the junk food. And so there's a reason there why people or women of my age and older tend to have more issues. Maybe it's their thyroid is being compromised by these endocrine disruptors. So that's pretty crazy, isn't it? All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is that we as women are greatly concerned about, and that is our children. Are our children safe? Our children are potentially the most vulnerable because of several reasons. They're vulnerable to these chemicals. They weigh less. Their immune system is not developed properly yet. Their respiratory airways are smaller in diameter, and all of their body systems are still just developing. So they are the ones that we need to really be careful about, because they could have much more symptoms and problems due to these chemicals that we're cleaning with every day, or spraying in the house, or candles, or plug-ins, or whatever. We have to be thinking about what it's doing to our children. And Dr. Brian Buckley of Rutgers University said this: many synthetic chemicals have intrinsic hormonal activity. The hormonal disruptions likely precipitate disease. So right there, you know, we've got a doctor telling us we need to be really careful about what we're introducing into our homes. Remember, we're the gatekeepers. We're the adults. We're the parents. We need to be better gatekeepers. Do your research and take care of your family. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.